Hi, my name is Katie Mayhouse, and today I'm going to be giving you an informative speech on some of the three most important and dangerous jobs that we have in America today. The three jobs that I'm going to talk about are firemen, policemen, and the soldiers that fight for our country. The first job I'm going to talk about are the firemen that lay their life down on the line, and the ones that we call whenever we have a disaster like a fire, whether it's a house fire, a forest fire, or a natural disaster fire. These firemen are all specialized and trained in different areas, and they're the reason that we know how to put out different fires, like with oxygen and water. Each one specializing in a different field of work, and they spend nights away from their families, even weeks during natural disasters such as a natural wildlife fire. A lot of firemen work 24 on, 24 off, or 48 on and 48 off. They are always on call when they're at the station. It doesn't matter if they haven't had anything to sleep or eat, they still go out and they work every day to help us, whether it's a small house fire, a leaf burning that got out of hand. But if it weren't for these firemen, your house could be burnt down because your neighbors caught their leaves on fire. The next job I'm going to talk about are the policemen that lay their life down every single day to catch the bad guys. There are investigators, there are the FBI, and then there's the state troopers and the county cops. Every one of them plays such a big, important role in every community. They have to go through extensive training, such as being tasered or pepper sprayed, just to get through their academies. They go through so much just to get their badge. That badge means so much to them. They're underpaid and underappreciated, but who are you going to call when your house gets broken into? Not your local drug addict. You're going to call the police. So next time anybody tells their kids that to look down on the cops, I don't think that's right, because you're not going to call your local drug hit. They wear bulletproof vests just to save walking down the street and walking to a car. They spend time away from their families just so they can catch the bad guys. The next field of work I'm going to talk about in career are the soldiers. The soldiers that fight for our country day in and day out. And they go months to weeks at a time and years away from their families and their friends and their loved ones just to fight for our country, and we don't even know it sometimes. You don't think about it. They've seen things that people can't imagine. They fight for our country just so we can have freedom. And to think that people set and destroy our country's flag is outrageous to me, because there's men out there and women that fight for this country so we can have our freedom. Some soldiers, they suffer from PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder. And it leaves not only a toll on their bodies and their minds, but their families' bodies and minds. Okay, as you can see, these three jobs and careers are very, very important for the world to function correctly. There isn't crazy happenings, and the world would just be a big ball of disaster. The policemen, the firemen, and the soldiers are what keeps this country running. If it wasn't for these three careers, there's no telling where this country would be. Thank you very much. That was my informative speech.